with the Montreal Canadiens looking to select 5th overall in this upcoming draft, there is one big name of a potential superstar, but also someone with a lot of risks that come with him, that has been circulating the Habs, and that is Matvei Michkov, the next Russian superstar. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you why I would still select Matvei Michkov, with a couple of circumstances, that is. So yeah, without wasting any more of your time, let's get straight into the video. Matvei Michkov, in my opinion, is still the second most talented player in this draft, just behind Connor Bedard. I think people are thinking his skill is a lot less than it is, just because of the controversy. But if Connor Bedard wasn't there, this guy would be the clear number one. But unfortunately, we live in a world where Connor Bedard exists, and that there's a lot of politics to do with Russian players. So, Matvei Michkov is a big risk to take. Now I'm going to be telling you about how his contract actually benefits the Habs, how his timeline works real good with our rebuild, and how we don't have to worry about rushing another prospect. So like I said, he has a really unattractive contract with the KHL up until 2026, which means he wouldn't be able to join the Habs until 2026. Matvei Michkov would be 21 years old at this point, and I know that's a really unattractive number for some people. You know, it seems like you lose a lot of development, but it's the other way around. He's still going to be playing in a top-tier league, in the KHL. He's going to continue to grow his game, and he's going to join the team when he's 21, prime time getting into his groove. He's just going to be a super skilled player, and it's kind of going to look like a younger Kaprizov at that point. Aside from that, he will also have an ELC contract for the first 2 to 3 years, which means he's going to be dirt cheap for a couple years, and that's going to be our window to be very competitive. So by the time he shows up in 2026, he'll have a pretty cheap contract, let's say, and then you have Caulfield, who's going to be 3 years older, probably averaging 40 goals a season at this point. Nick Suzuki, he's probably going to look even more like Patrice Bergeron at that point. Kirby Dach, who knows? Maybe we got PLD. Maybe Slavkovsky's the next Tage Thompson by then. 3 years is a long time for our prime players to keep evolving their game and keep developing. And in 3 years is when I see us being competitive. You know, you're going to have the teams like Toronto Maple Leafs start to slow down. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they're all going to get weaker. And that's when we're going to shine. And adding a big player, a big name in Matvei Michkov to the lineup in 3 years would be immaculate. Now, I know it goes further than just that. There's the possibility of a war breaking out, all the politics. He might never be allowed to leave Russia. I get it. But just look at the past first-round picks. They're not always pretty, okay? A couple years ago, we selected 3rd overall, Kotkaniemi. And if any of us had the chance, we would go back in time and redo that. But we can't. And now Kotkaniemi is going to be a 45-point, maybe 50-point guy for the remainder of his career, it seems. I'm not saying he can't get any better. He probably can. But it's just really not the value you want at 3rd overall. And the guy's not even on our team anymore. And he probably wouldn't even be helping our team anymore. So what's the point of drafting someone 3rd overall who ends up being not a bust, but just an average NHL player? When you could go 5th overall, and guess what? Your player could be the next Russian superstar. There's a lot of things to consider, but who cares? Either you get a superstar or you get someone who doesn't make the NHL. To me, I'm taking the risk. I'm a gambler at heart. I'm sorry, but I'm taking the risk. I'm taking Matvei Michkov all day at 5, and you know what? He's going to be the better player if he comes to North America, no doubt. We've taken some weird risks. We've taken some weird picks in our first rounds as of late, but I think Matvei Michkov is the right pick. You know, his contract for the KHL is weird, but by the time he's done that, he'll be a very good age to just join and mesh with the young team here in Montreal. His ELC contract's going to help us out a lot in our competitive window. And finally, I'm just going to swing for the fences. We need a superstar in Montreal, okay? Like, you know, the last guy we picked 5th overall, man, this guy didn't even score a goal. I'm just joking. It's Carey Price. He can't score. But, you know what I mean? We need a superstar, and it's about time we just take the risk. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go Matvei Michkov full on. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. And yeah, if you did enjoy, don't be afraid to hit that like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Now, with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Take care.